Today in Algebra 1, Chapter 4, Section 2, we are going to graph linear equations. We are going to look at standard form of linear equations first today. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. That's something that's important. You will probably see that on a quiz. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. Let's start off by just looking to see if you can figure out what an ordered pair that's a solution of an equation. We have two ordered pairs here, -2, 1, and 1, -2. And it says which ordered pair is a solution to 4x minus y equals 6. Well, we can take the ordered pair and substitute the x value in for the x and the y value in for the y and see if it makes a true statement. Okay, 4x minus y equals 6. Let's do the first ordered pair. Okay, 4 times -2 minus 1. 4 times -2 is -8, minus 1 is -9. Okay, -9 does not equal 6. Therefore, 2 -1 is not a solution. Now let's do the same thing. Let's use the same equation, 4x minus y equals 6. And now we're going to substitute 1 -2 in. Okay, so we'll have 4 times 1 minus, the y value is -2. Does that equal 6? 4 times 1 is 4, minus -2, that's plus 2. Does that equal 6? Yes, it does. 6 equals 6, so that is a solution. So 1 -2 is a solution. So if you have an ordered pair and it wants to know if it's a solution, all you have to do is substitute the x value in for the x and the y value in for the y to see if it makes a true statement. In the previous lessons, we have practiced putting equations into y equals form, solving for y. And this lesson is y. This is what it's been leading up to. If there is a problem that says graph -2x plus y equals -3, we need to put this in y equals form so that we can graph it more easily. So if we are going to have -2x plus y equals -3, we need to solve for y. We need to put it in y equals, which means we need to take the 2x and put it on the right side. So we have -2x, so we're going to add 2x. If we add 2x to the left side, we need to add 2x to the right side. So that is going to give us y equals 2x minus 3. From this point, we'll make a table of values and put some values in for x and find the values for y that match them. Okay, our first value that we're putting in for x is -2. If we put -2 in for x, 2 times -2 is -4, minus 3 is -7. So when x is -2, y is -7. Now we'll substitute -1 in. We're right here. Put -1 in. 2 times -1 is -2. Minus 3 is -5. Now we'll put the 0 in. 2 times 0 is 0, minus 3 is -3. Now we'll put the 1 in for x. 2 times 1 is 2, minus 3 is -1. And finally, let's put this 2 in. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 is 1. Now we have some ordered pairs that we can put on this coordinate plane. -2, -7. Is here, -1, -5, 0, -3, 1, -1, and 2, 1. Now we have some points, and we can draw our line to connect those points, and that is the graph of a linear equation. Okay, it makes a line. Okay, it's making a line, which is the base word of linear. Okay, all linear equations are going to make a line. Okay, let's look at two more examples. In the first example, to graph y equals 2, you'll notice that there is only one variable there, y equals 2. Okay, in that case, if there's only one variable, you're going to go to the axis that the variable says. So we're going to the y-axis because it says y. We're going to the number 2 on the y-axis, and we're going to put a line through that number, and it's a flat line. That is the graph. That's all you do if there is one variable. Okay, on the flip side of that, if you have x equals -1, the only variable we have is x, so we're going to the x-axis, to the number -1. So we're going to the x-axis to -1, and we're going to put a line through that axis at the number that it says. Okay, so if you have y equals just a number, it's a flat line through the y-axis at the number that it says. And if it says x equals just a number, you're going to the x-axis, and we'll go through the x-axis at the number that it says. The last example that we will look at today is y equals -1/2 x plus 4. And what if the directions said that our domain had to be where x is greater than or equal to 0? So that means that when we started to make our table of values, that the smallest number x could be would be 0, because it says x has to be greater than or equal to 0. So if we put 0 in for x, we'd have -1/2 times 0, which is 0, plus 4. So that would give us 4. So now everything that we put in for x has to be greater than 0. So the next number that I want to put in is 2. Okay, -1/2 times 2 is -1. -1 plus 4 is 3. Okay. Again, the numbers have to be greater than 0, so the next x value I will put in is 4. -1/2 times 4 is -2. Plus 4 is 2. So now we have some points, some ordered pairs that we can plot on the graph. 0, 4, 2, 3, and 4, 2. Okay, so our graph is going to look like this. Now remember, we cannot go past where x is 0. This is a barrier right here. Okay, it can't go past that because it says our domain our x has to be greater than or equal to 0. So that means that the left side of this over here, where x would be less than 0, if x is less than 0, it can't go over there, so it's not existing there. So we're starting right here at 0, 4, and then our graph goes down to the right. Okay, nothing to the left of that, because x has to stay greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so what do we need to know for a quiz? The first thing that you should know for a quiz is that standard form is ax plus by equals c, that is standard form. Okay, another thing that I would know is that y equals some number, such as, say, y equals 2. Okay, that is a flat line through the y-axis at the number 2. Okay, then I would also know that x equals some number, such as, we'll put x equals 4. Then you would go to the x-axis to the number 4, and it would be a vertical line through there. Otherwise, if it has two variables, okay, say 2x plus 3y equals 6, then we would know that we would have a line that is slanted. Okay, it would go at an angle somewhere on there. Okay, these are the things that I might know for a quiz that you may have over this video. Y'all have a good day.